I can't say enough of how this center influenced me and the benefits that my wife got from it. I thought nobody can take care of her like me, and I knew I had to do something for my family. It's in their hearts that they want to provide the care for the people that deserve it here.
Welcome to this edition of Mike's Perspective. I'm Mike Miller, and my special guests from the Salvation Army, Michele McTeague and Kelly Bauman. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for being here today. We're going to start with Michele because she is the newest, the newbie on the block, as they say.
I am.
How long have you been with Salvation Army?
Since May 5th. So
May 5th.
This is the end of my second week.
And
I'm a seasoned professional.
And Kelly, you've been there for
almost 12 years.
12 years, and you run the Samaritan Center.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about the Salvation Army, its location, website, phone numbers, all those things, and the Samaritan Center too.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Salvation Army Lancaster Corps is located at 228 West Hubert here in Lancaster. Phone number is 740-687-1921. I'm still learning these things. The website Kelly can give you.
Of course, the one that I don't know. www.use, as in United States Eastern, .salvationarmy.org, and then / Lancaster, Ohio. So if you Google Salvation Army Lancaster, Ohio, you're going to find us.
Yeah, right. It'll bring it up for you.
Right. Now, what drew you to Salvation Army?
I have been a volunteer at Christmas time with the Salvation Army for about 18 years. My husband and I somehow inherited the Christmas Angel program. We started with just adopting an angel or two, but now we run the whole thing. Last year we were able to get 450 children adopted out at Christmas time through our huge database of friends and family, and we call them elves.
Elves, I like it.
Yes. So we've done that for the last 18 years. I've been on the advisory board for about the last maybe 5 years, and Major Phil approached me about creating this position, a much needed position, just to provide community outreach, fundraising, events, and that kind of stuff.
Kelly, how long have you been with the Samaritan Center?
It'll be 11 years in July, and I came from a long-term care program. I'm a licensed social worker by training, and the program has been here since '84, but so we're celebrating 30 years this year.
Wow.
But I came from long-term care, licensed social worker, and the neat thing about our program, many of our staff have personal caregiving experience themselves. So my husband and I were caregivers for my grandfather who had Alzheimer's, and used an adult day program personally while I worked, and he stayed there during the day. So I knew the concept and knew what a benefit it could be to families who are dealing with that. So I had the opportunity to come on board and jumped at the chance and have been there ever since.
A lot of people, when you talk about the Salvation Army, they think of bell ringers. And that's, okay, that's what they do. But talk a little bit about what Salvation Army does so that the public is better informed.
Well, the Salvation Army, you're right, is known for their red kettles at Christmas time, and that is our biggest fundraiser of the year. That is what we use to fund the Samaritan Center and some of the other programs that we run through the Salvation Army. One of those is a food pantry. So if you have, lost your job or you're laid off, you need assistance, you can come to the food pantry once a month and get supplies that you need. We also have social services. We offer in certain situations, rental assistance. We offer utility assistance. So again, it's usually people who have lost their job or who are laid off, either temporarily or permanently. They can come and get assistance with those things as well. And then one other thing that we do, which I never even really understood the importance of it until just today when I was talking to Lois, our social services coordinator, is we provide the resources for people to actually get copies of their birth certificates and their social security numbers. And it costs money. If you lost your birth certificate, your
Right.
child's birth certificate, and it's time for them to enroll in kindergarten, sometimes it's like $30 or so to get your birth certificate. If you don't have that money, you can't enroll your child. So we offer assistance with that, and also with social security numbers and cards as well. Because again, to gain employment, a lot of times you need to show your social security card. You need a copy of it. So if you don't have that, you're kind of stuck. So they offer that. And then of course we have the Samaritan Center, which I think is probably the biggest hidden gem that we have in Fairfield County, that people don't even understand what it is and what it does.
I want to just change gears for just a second, because we talked about Red Kettle campaign, and you're actually going to be starting a campaign to raise $40,000
By
very
August
shortly.
15th.
Okay, talk a little bit about that. With that.
Go ahead.
In July, we're going to do a Christmas in July campaign. The Samaritan Center is known for helping those people who need support and services to maintain community living. They're dealing with Alzheimer's, other type of dementia process, and need support to attend. Some of those families are very capable of paying privately. Some of them fall into a funding source, a passport, VA. Some of them do not. And so for those that need our support to attend a program, we're looking to raise those dollars to help those who financially can't attend on their own. So we are looking to raise $40,000 in 1 week, Christmas in July, and we know that the community is there to do it. The community is a huge resource, and we are so thankful to live in a community that's so generous. So we really think that with our support of the Lancaster and Fairfield County area, that we can then help those clients or participants attend our program.
And one thing that's important to note, in December when you see our red kettles out, that money that is collected is kind of distributed throughout the Army for various programs. In July, all of the money raised is going directly to the Samaritan Center because we desperately need the funds there.
Now, are these operating funds? Are they program funds? What?
All the above.
All the above. Okay.
Yeah, tires. It's a tire fund for the vehicles.
Okay.
A lot of people don't realize we provide transportation. We'll go pick up your loved one, bring them to the center, and take them home. That's all, and it's all over Fairfield County. So
Right.
that's a lot of miles on our vehicles. So
Right.
right now we have one that has no air conditioning. We just had to have tires replaced. You know, so if it's not one thing, it's another.
So in the campaign, if somebody wanted to donate like 10 sets of tires instead of money, is that, or are you looking for cash donations, like corporate donations,
We would
private
take
donations?
tires, but if we could get the cash donations, then we know specifically where we need the money the most. But yeah, we would take some tires.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's gonna be a week now. Do you need volunteers to help out, or
We do.
what?
We need
How can the
volunteers.
public help you?
They can help by donating, first of all. But secondly, we are going to have some kettles set up. We're working on various locations right now. For sure, we're at Fairfield Federal, and where else did I say? We're at Fairfield Federal. We're working on locations.
The details to follow.
The details
Sure,
are to follow,
sure.
but I know for sure there, and it's during the week of the Lancaster Festival, which is not on purpose. Those dates kind of coincide with when Christmas really is, and so it's the 18th through the 25th for us. So we'll be out hopefully during Art Walk, and we'll be out and about with our volunteers. So we do need people who would like to stand and ring the bell, and even maybe
Now,
tell some jokes, play some music.
I can
be
do
some-
that.
yeah, be
Is there a
funny.
certain age you have to be to bell ringer? I mean,
If you have an adult with you, you can be under 16. We really,
so we could get some of the crew to do it.
yes,
Yes, that
Okay.
would be
Jack
awesome.
could come for
Okay.
sure. He would be the life of the party, I'm sure. But yeah, we would definitely take volunteers. But yeah, teenagers, people who need community service hours. I know there's some key clubs in local schools that need hours, so yeah.
Right. And if they want information, 687-1921?
Yes.
Yes, extension 103 to get specifically to me.
Okay.
I will have more information soon.
Talk a little bit about the changes that you've seen in the Samaritan Center. Obviously, it's only been a couple weeks, but more and more people are using the services that
Yeah.
Salvation Army has.
When I started the program, our average attendance was 12 to 15 clients a day. Now our average attendance is around 25 clients a day. There are some days that we have up to 30 clients in there at one time. And so the need is definitely out there.
Well, let me say something. That doesn't sound like, some people go, oh, really, just 30 clients a day? But when you average that out over every week and every month and through the year, it's over 5,000 client hours of care.
We have some,
yeah.
we have clients, some clients that attend 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, so that their families can work,
Right.
so that they can run errands, so that they can just rest. Unless you've been a caregiver, that stress of 24/7, you need a break, and we provide that.
What are the requirements to come to the Samaritan Center? Is it, do you have to be a certain age, you have a certain income? Talk a little bit about that.
It's an 18 and over program, so you have to be an adult. Right now, our youngest is 29 and holding, and our oldest is 93, and everywhere in between. So as long as they're 18 and over. The participants that come have some type of need, physical need, memory need, or just a social need, a need to get out of the house. A lot of times as you grow older, your friends base leave for whatever reason. And so we allow an opportunity for friendship, for social opportunities. And so the criteria, the thing that would stop someone from coming if they physically could not stand and pivot on their own. We certainly help with that, but we cannot totally lift someone.
Right.
But everywhere in between, we can assist with that, with incontinence, with people who need help with setting up their meals to eat. So the care needs vary. Most of our participants that come are very alert, very oriented, have a great time socializing.
Good sense of humor.
Great. There's a lot of giggling that
Oh, no,
happens.
It's a really neat setup because it's a big community room.
I guess some of the events that go on in this
Well, we do
community room.
bingo every day, right?
No.
Almost. It seems like
It seems like it.
Michelle wants to do bingo every day.
It is fun.
It is.
We have bingo and
And different people call bingo, and we have volunteers. We're so blessed to
Yeah.
have volunteers that come in and help with our activities.
we have like the Olivedale Senior Center comes in with this really funny band. They tell jokes and play music. They're hilarious.
Kitchen band.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
I've seen them.
The line
Yeah.
dancers that are going to be there soon. And so we are blessed to have people come in and share their talents. Kids come in and play their instruments for us. Throughout the year, different choirs will come in and sing. So something physical every day, something to challenge the mind every day. We're on the Chair Volleyball League. So
All right, there we go.
challenge you
We
to a
could do
volleyball
that.
game.
Very
We can do that.
competitive.
Now, is there other Salvation Army areas that you contact and do things with? Or I mean, Samaritan Centers or did you call Franklin County and say, you guys want to do this? Or
We really work more with local other programs. The Center for Disabilities
Okay.
is a great partner. We often challenge each other in those volleyball games. But the Samaritan Center is pretty unique for the Salvation Army. The Army has a history of not trying to duplicate services in a community. And so, like in the Columbus area, there are many other programs that have adult day services. And so the program is not going to be duplicated. But in
Right.
Lancaster, 30 years ago, there was a needs study done, and Lancaster asked for an adult day program, and here we are.
now we have we have some trivia questions, and Michelle, we may have you answer these just because you've only been there
because
for
I'll
a
be
week.
I'm the new one.
Yeah, the Samaritan
I'm
Center
going
is
to look at my answers.
the Samaritan Center is a ministry of the Salvation Army.
True.
Okay. But they're known as TSA?
The Salvation Army.
Okay.
The Salvation
all right.
Army Adult Day Center. We've had a few name changes over the years, but
It's not transportation safety. That's what you're thinking.
no,
It's, yeah.
it's the Salvation Army Adult Day Program. We're not the thrift store. A lot of people, when they hear, oh, the Salvation Army, oh, I gave clothes to you, which is great. We love those donations. But the thrift store is actually kind of a cousin to the church
Okay.
and to the Adult Day Program. Their funds and the things that they raise actually support the Adult Rehab Center that's out of Columbus. So if somebody in Fairfield County needed that type of support, we would refer to them. So that's where those dollars go.
Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
No, it's a Monday through Friday program. We're open 7 to 5, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Most of our clients are there from 9 to 3, though. We transport many of our clients in and then take them home in the afternoon. So most of our folks are there 9 to 3.
Because the Samaritan Center serves Fairfield, Hocking, and Perry, you have transportation
We do.
for everybody, which includes the tires that we just needed to get.
Yes,
Nurse on duty?
We do. We have a
You're
great...
supposed to be answering these.
I know, but you're
Keep
looking
looking at me!
We do have an RN on duty, yes. But we also have LPNs as well,
No.
don't we? Oh, see, I don't know these things yet.
I like this one. The participants just sit and stare at walls. That's
No.
No, they're very active. Yeah, even the ones that don't get around too well are very animated and very involved.
and there is a lunch every day
Mhm.
that people have.
That's true.
Is it a different menu every day, or is it is that something you guys do? They cook there, or
No, we're
Okay.
actually a Meals on Wheels site. So we work
Okay,
with
yeah.
the Fairfield County Meals on Wheels. They'll deliver the meals for us, and it's been a great service that we partner with them.
And obviously there are different funding streams for the Samaritan Center, which I'm sure
Yes.
Michelle can answer.
No, I will defer to Kelly. Well, I know we do get some funding from the United Way,
Yes,
but other than that, I'm not sure.
we are a United Way partner.
Yeah.
Most of those dollars go to help those who fall through the cracks, those people under 60 who don't qualify for a passport or for older adult support. We also have funding for veterans to attend our program, and just various. The point is, we don't want money to be the reason why you can't come to the center.
Exactly.
So we do our best to tie you into a funding source, and then if we can't, well, then that's
it's
why
us.
we need the
Right.
$40,000.
Which
Yeah.
is coming up in July.
Yes.
To do. Again, you've only been there a couple weeks, but is there anything that you see that, boy, if I had the money, I could do this?
For the Samaritan Center specifically?
Or
just in
salvation,
general?
just in general.
Yes, we would need a whole nother TV show for
Oh, we
that,
have plenty
but,
of time.
Yeah, like I said, I've only been employed there 2 weeks, but I have volunteered there for many years. And the Salvation Army, one of the biggest needs that I see is a new facility. Our building, we are outgrowing our building in more ways than one, and it's in a floodplain. We have water issues frequently there. It's just an older building, and some of the programs that we would like to get started, which is another reason why they brought me on, community outreach, programs to bring more people into the center. I would love to have a center with a gymnasium where we could do some more kid programs. We do have a youth program on Wednesday nights, and I think we have a teen night on Thursday night, but there's so much more opportunity if we had more space and a facility where we could house those types of programs. So yes, I have to rein myself in and just do what's right here in front of me first.
But does that come natural to you to go out and talk to people about, gee, I wish
Apparently it does.
we could do that? I mean,
Yes.
I mean, it would be, do you visit other locations we talked earlier about cooperation with other Salvation,
I have not
someplace
visited
and-
other, I have not physically visited other Salvation Army locations. I have visited websites and their Facebook pages, and I've talked to other captains because we've had a few captains come in the last few years, come in and out. So I know about their facilities. Our current majors, our commanders who are here now, Majors Phil and Diane Tamayo, they came from Lima, and they had a program that involved a lot of high school children after school, and with a gymnasium, and their community outreach was just something that I just could only hope we could do here in Lancaster sometime. There's such potential, not just in Lancaster, but in Fairfield County. It's such a great community, and it's just going to take an organization to pull everybody together.
Right. Now, as far as the organization, board of directors that you have, do they do the same?
It's not a board of directors, it's an
Okay.
advisory board.
Okay, but it's for the Salvation
It
Army
is-
and the Samaritan Center?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The Salvation Army and the Samaritan Center are separate entities, but the Salvation Army, of course, supports the Samaritan
Right.
Center, both, with the physical and financial needs, and we're in the same building, so, we're together, but financially, we have to be separate.
Kelly, the Samaritan Center, if somebody came in and said, gee, here's a blank check, go ahead and, what do you need? I mean, what would you see for the Samaritan Center that?
Well, the possibilities are endless. I can even begin. There are so many little needs that GPSs for the vehicles. One of these, I would love to have shower capabilities for our families that struggle with that. So yeah, I mean, my wish list is huge.
A kitchen would be nice.
And so having Michelle on board and having her energy and her ideas, we are so excited and so happy and glad that she's here. And
I'm so glad to be here. So, and I can't wait to get out into the community, meet everybody.
Sure.
I'm going to lure everybody in.
That's good. No, you have to think outside the box of what you want to do. If you don't, then the people that you're asking, to donate things to, or
they need
most
to know.
people are willing to donate. They just want to know what it's going to be used for and how it's going to be used, and
and I find the more people are involved with your organization, the more they're willing to give, and not just financially, but in time and talent too.
Right. So the Samaritan Center. It sounds like it needs a lot of things that I just took for granted were there. I really did. I mean, I thought you had a kitchen. I would have.
We have a kitchenette, if you will.
Okay.
We have a microwave and a sink and a dishwasher.
Yeah, definitely cannot cook lunch for our clients, which would be. And here's another layer of maybe wanting another facility where we could include the Samaritan Center with a kitchen. That would create a few more jobs. I mean, we would need to hire people to cook. So, and from there it just goes on. I mean, anytime you do any kind of an expansion, that creates more opportunities, for the community, for jobs, for community involvement, for outreach.
Right. And again, that's part of the $40,000 that you hope to raise in July, the 18th to the 26th, that are going to do those things.
Yes.
Have you ever had a time when you've had to say, Kelly, I ask you that we don't have room? There's no room at the inn. I mean, has there ever been a time that you've just had to say?
I've had times where if somebody wanted to come on a Friday, we were at capacity on Friday or Wednesday or whatever, but to actually turn somebody away, no, I'm not there. Now we have clients who want to come every day, but again, the funding resource just isn't necessarily there. So that's part of the reason we might, you can come 3 days a week, but we really just don't have the funds right now for you to come 5 days a week. But as far as the space, we're close, and we've been close.
Yeah, our capacity is 30?
30 a day.
30 a day. Again, if we had a larger center, we could hire a few more people and probably have more people in.
Do you ever open houses? Do you have invite people come through?
We have in the past, and the door is not always open. You have to ring the doorbell, but nonetheless, we always welcome people to come in and see the center and see what we do.
And we will be having more community open houses. That's going to be part of my job. We'll invite you.
Oh, thank you. I'd love to be. I've been by. I've never been in there. I know a lot of people that work with the Salvation Army and do the kettles and things like that. Just in general, if you had to sum up, if somebody said to you, "Well, gee, I only have so many dollars," but how would you say donate to the Salvation Army? What would or to the Samaritan Center, either one.
I think our slogan is doing the most good. And I think that's such a perfect slogan for this organization, for the Salvation Army, because we truly are so careful about how we spend our money. We want it to impact as many people as possible. So that's why we have an advisory board, and that's why we have professionals like Kelly on board and our captains and majors that come in, because we want to make sure that the money that you give to the Salvation Army is spent in the community, on the community, and as efficiently as possible. And I know that there's a lot of other organizations out there that you can give money to, but the Salvation Army affects the people who need it the most.
We really are good stewards with those donations. And as Michelle said, even if it's time, energy, talents, I'd love to talk to you and tell you more how you specifically could give to the center or to the Salvation Army as a whole.
Do you have a lot of volunteers that help out? Do you need more volunteers? to
We
help
can
out?
always use more volunteers.
What kind of volunteers do you need?
Well, in the food pantry, we have volunteers who help carry the food out, or even
box it
up,
organize it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a volunteer opportunity. Of course, during the kettle campaign at Christmas now in July, we have that opportunity. Day to day at the Samaritan Center, calling bingo, just visiting one-on-one, playing a game of checkers or
The
whatever.
clients love it when visitors come in. They just love it. Another volunteer opportunity would be, working with our youth program. We really need someone who is musically inclined, who would like to come in and teach the children how to play the piano, guitar, horn.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Music is a big part of the Salvation Army, but we don't have that musical connection right now. That a couple captains ago we did, but now our captains aren't musically inclined right now, our majors.
And I play the radio really well.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So we need volunteers that are musically inclined. So
Yeah, that would be a
Again,
great start.
We'll get some of the crew here that's
Yeah, maybe
can
there's some
play
kids
instruments.
here that it's
Oh,
at school.
they're here. We'll get some kids from Burn Union maybe to
Yeah.
come in and do some things, and maybe some of the other schools around.
You could bring in one of your volleyball teams for the chair volleyball league.
Absolutely.
Game night, that would be fun.
Yeah, that would, we can work
They
on that.
cannot get off their chairs.
And just chair volleyball.
That would be interesting for all of them.
Yeah.
But we just have a little bit of time left, and I do want to appreciate both of you coming in, Michele McTeague and Kelly Bauman from Salvation Army and Samaritan Center. And again, website, phone number, people if they need to get hold of you.
Phone number is 740-687-1921, and you can reach all of us at that number.
And we are located at 228 West Hubert Avenue. That's off of South Broad Street here in Lancaster.
And don't forget the $40,000 fund, trying to raise $40,000 July 18th to 26th. Is what we need to do.
We have to. It's not that we're trying.
Yeah.
We will raise it somehow.
I like that. I like it very much.
Yes.
And if you'd like to volunteer, stop
Call
by.
me, yes.
Yeah, they'll help you out, and especially if you know anything about music.
Yes.
I can tell the crew's already going to do some stuff. So, well, again, I appreciate you two coming in today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Life's Perspective. I'm Mike Miller, and remember, until we meet again, let's make a difference.
Nice. No. Oops. Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.